Each day in the month of March, KX News highlights a woman who does remarkable things in her community. And today we're highlighting Mary Van Sickle, the Executive Director of Dakota Media Access. Taylor Austin tells us more about her story.
Mary Van Sickle moved to Bismarck in 1980, where she started her own furniture operation. However, couches and tables were not Van Sickle's true calling. She went on to serve time as the Executive Director of the Bismarck Downtowners, and after that, the Marketing Director of the Bismarck Event Center. From there, she went on to become the Development Economic Specialist for the Bismarck-Mandan Development Association. She would eventually land herself a role as the Executive Director of Dakota Media Access, where she has helped provide information to the community of Bismarck and Mandan.
I guess you would say the passion really is being involved in the community and part of the community and providing a service.
Van Sickle stays busy with Dakota Media Access between covering public meetings and other events hosted by DMA. The media company provides access to government meetings for the general public. Van Sickle says they cover over 300 meetings a year.
The government meetings are important. They provide a real service not only to citizens in the community, but also those who serve the community, elected officials and certainly staff members that work in local government. It gives an opportunity for people to really see the actions of those elected officials in action. And it's really a win-win because I think people are more knowledgeable, more empathetic to those positions, to when they can see how complex some of these issues are that they have to deal with.
However, government meetings are not the only thing that Dakota Media Access does for the community. Every year for 11 years, the company has hosted the Dakota Media Film Festival that takes place at the end of March. The festival highlights local filmmakers and even Academy Award-winning nominees. Van Sickle says that it's important to show the work within the community because it helps support local creativity.
You know, because we are a nonprofit organization here in the community, we've always had these great relationships with local for-profit production companies and other media organizations, whether it's KX or others in the community. They see us as a good partner. So we've been able to kind of partner with all those groups. We want to cultivate that creativity and filmmaking in the area because that rises all of these news individuals, people who work in the news. A lot of them are very creative people who want to do other things and just create more films. So we thought we could help propel that industry here in this area.
For 23 years, Van Sickle has provided service to the community by informing the public on what's going on in the area. She emphasizes the importance of transparency in our local government and says that now that DMA has been covering local meetings for 35 years, the community now expects it.
They want to know that that information is available to them. We archive all of those meetings. You can go back if you really want to go back and watch some of these former meetings. That information is there. It's all documented and available to people. And again, I think that step you don't see in a lot of communities. You don't see this open door to some of our local government.
Van Sickle hosts her own show on Dakota Media Access's website called City Current, where she sits down with the members of the City Commission and talk about their meetings the previous night. The show highlights the importance of the City Commission and the things they are working on for the community. Mary Van Sickle has put the Bismarck-Mandan community first for more than 40 years and hopes to keep bringing information to the public and supporting local artists. For KX News, I'm Taylor Austin.
In 2021, Van Sickle was selected as the winner of the Leadership Bismarck-Mandan Alumni Association Distinguished Alumna Award. If you'd like to learn more about Dakota Media Access, visit our website, kxnet.com.